We're creating a mini book that's full of watercolor and line drawing to create some beautiful floral designs. Now, the first step when we're getting started is to add some color, and it's really a kind of a fun and freeing process. You're just scribbling and then adding water all over the top of it. Those are Crayola Supertips. Their pigment spreads really well. I like to spray it to get a lot of dot action. And now we're going to work on our cover. Now, when I do these, I don't really have a theme in mind. It's sort of like when you look at the watercolor, like looking in the clouds and deciding what you see. But once I get started with the cover, I do try to keep a theme throughout the whole mini book. Now, each mini book has 8 pages, and we have a cover and a back cover that's small, and then I do 3 double page spreads inside. So we end up with 5 different drawings throughout the book. And it's just really fun to do because you can do things that are similar yet very different. So you saw there on the cover I had 3 flowers, and I took some liberty and recolored the background so that those flowers would really stand out. So on this first 2-page spread, we're going to do a really giant flower and be really free with our line drawing. I think, I don't really show you guys off camera my thinking and putting pencil lines on there. Oftentimes I try things and erase them, and that takes the longest part. Once I get the pencil drawing, this ends up being a very relaxing activity to add all of the lines and details and dimension with my black pen. Now, after I did the cover and colored the background of it, and also another thing that I was happy about with that is normally I tend to go to dark colors for the background, so I was trying to experiment with using something other than a really dark color. And I thought I would do that for all of them, but I really liked the way that large flower was without adding any additional color, so I left that one alone. And on this one, that little hard line across there to me kind of gave an opportunity to have some things close up and some things in the distance. So the tops, that wiggly line just looked like the top edges of flower petals, so that's why I decided to draw these larger flowers across that line. If you're enjoying this video, I sure would appreciate it if you would click that like button. That lets YouTube know you're enjoying it, and they'll share it with more people. Now, the background I decided was far, far away, and so I tried to give the essence of trees. And on this page, I did add some additional color. It's a interesting color sky from the original set of pens I used to create this background. And I thought that between the flowers looked a little plain. You see I penciled in some small flowers, and I do decide to give that a go. So it looked like those stems and leaves were kind of getting blended in a little too much, so we're going over them with a wider pen so they'll stand out and be truly in the foreground. A few more details on these flowers, and that is looking pretty good. Here's our last double page spread. I thought initially about turning it vertically and doing foxglove or hyacinths, but I played around with that and couldn't get anything I was really happy with, so I went with these larger flowers, and I'm trying to draw on this one the order in which I kind of saw them on the watercolor page. How a little bit of subtle leaning or curving of the lines on the petals really gives them dimension, makes them look like they have a wrinkle or a turn in them. And that's a big old hydrangea trying to peek through on the side there. And again, I debated putting some extra color in the background, but decided just to leave it alone. And now we're on the back cover, and those darker colors really spoke to me as being flower centers. So this is kind of more from a top view looking down. And we did go with a little bit of background color on this one. Now we're just going to take a look at our book and see how it turned out. There's the cover, the first spread. Tell me, which one is your favorite? I'm not sure on this one. And then my favorite thing to do too is to open it up and see how it looks as a page once you have finished the mini book. Pretty fun. Now YouTube is going to show you a video on the left and a playlist on the right. I hope you'll choose one of those. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon.